Is this your physique after Christmas dinner? Well, if you want to reverse it, all you gotta do is just eat this blessed bread. So this is the top secret bread design plan. As you can see, there are even obliques. You know, this is just pretty much everyone's New Year's resolution. So you just need a random amount of flour. It doesn't really matter, it just depends on how much bread you want to make. Here's some sugar to feed the yeast. And also use some salt. We want flavour in our bread. And also make sure to include the most important ingredient, the yeast. Unless of course you want a brick. Also make sure to remember the water. So, you know, these ratios, they don't really matter that much. The amount of salt, sugar and yeast you use will just really only impact how fast the dough will rise. The flavour will obviously be impacted as well. You'll be fine as long as you don't do anything too extreme. Here, the dough is too sticky for sculpting, but it is the perfect texture for focaccia bread. So to make this kind of bread, you know, just make up the dough, drizzle on some olive oil and salt and rosemary and bake it and it will be delicious. I'm adding more flour into this dough because it's a bit too wet, and you know, if you have the opposite problem of the dough being too dry, simply add more water. Just go slowly so you don't accidentally overdo it. As you can see here, this is a bit of a better texture, still a bit sticky, but you know, it will do. Now cover it and let it rise. The amount of time you need to leave it depends on the ratio of ingredients you used and also the temperature, but you roughly want it to double in size. Flour a chopping board and turn out the dough. At this point, it should be pretty soft. You can knead it if you want to, but you know, you don't have to. And you can save a bunch of time at this stage of bread making if you use a bread maker or a stand mixer. At this stage you can do things properly and knead the dough until it passes the window pane test. As you can see here, it clearly fails, but you know, let's just pretend that this never happened. It is now time to shape the dough. Now you can do whatever shape you want, but here I'm going to go with the shape of a buff man. Okay, now we're going to cut to a very dramatic time lapse. Now we're gonna make the face. You can do whatever you want, but you know, here I'm just using some black food colouring mixed into a piece of dough. Add the facial features to the head. Use water if the dough is a bit dry and not sticking. Why am I doing this? Now leave your dough to proof and just be very careful not to accidentally let it overproof like what happened here. It looks like a bit of a retarded monster now, but anyways, just bake it at 180 degrees Celsius until it's nice and golden brown. Once the bread has cooled, you can now finally enjoy your marvellous creation. Here's the head. And also guys, just a quick update on this channel, I have a tripod now, so I look forward to making more exciting content in the future.